Servus! It means hello in Germany, and I think we have about 0.001% of our viewers watching right now in Munich. So, herzlich willkommen zu meiner Saab episode here, where we're going to show you the new Saab 9 generation. So, unfortunately, we are 1,400 kilometers away from the Oktoberfest that takes place right now in Germany. It's about 850 miles, something like that. And we love to go, but we don't have any vacation days because we always work all the time. Isn't that right, wifey?
Yes, that's right.
We are hardworking people and we have to work all the time. But we thought this could be a good choice to show you the new Saab project that we bought in February. It's a Saab 9 new generation from 2010. It was built in the end of 2010. And yeah, well, let's say Belgium has some new laws and they're restricting diesel cars. So unfortunately, everyone has to sell them if you live in a larger city. And that's where I came in. I did a video before about finding cars on Facebook Marketplace, and we find this one on Facebook Marketplace. We bought it in Belgium. So let me show you the car. So why did we buy this car, wifey?
Yeah, we wanted a new generation 9.5.
But we had 3 before.
Yes.
We must be crazy. Yeah, we wanted this car because people always claim that we travel a lot, and we are constantly working, as we just said. We don't travel so much, but yeah, we travel some, and then we want a diesel car because still you can have a diesel car and travel a lot throughout Germany. Are we legal when we do the travels? Oh, I don't think so. It depends who you ask. No, we don't have an environmental sticker when we go to Paris or Germany. We live on the danger side. We like to live a little bit dangerous, I think, wifey, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely true. And this car was great for us because if we travel a lot, you get a lot of miles or kilometers with this car. You get about 1,300 kilometers on one tank of fuel, one tank of diesel, and that's a lot actually. You can travel quite far. It's almost like traveling twice the distance with the Saab 9, for example. Of course, it depends on how fast you're driving, but we really needed to have something that was more financial, durable for our longer trips. Therefore, we bought this one. And I said, ironically, to wifey, we see if I came home. It's a Saab are dependables, but you never know what happened. And of course, the Saab caught on fire at Autobahn, and I wasn't even speeding. I was driving about 130 kilometers, and all the engine board lit up, and you can smell fire. So I turned the car off instantly. Because I usually drive taxis and buses and stuff, so I'm used to cars breaking down because I drive so much Fiats. And yeah, unfortunately, this is a Belgian car, and the Belgium and the French car, they have fire extinguishers. So with the fire extinguisher, I was able to turn out the fire, extinguish the fire, and thereby saving the car because I was sure it was going to burn up, but it didn't. So I'm very happy about that. Then I called ADAC and said, can you help me? And they told me to an Opel garage, and they said, no, hell to the no, it's a Saab. We don't do Saab, we do Opel. Shit, I thought, what we're going to do now? And I asked Lafrent, who's a great Saab friend, and he towed it to Kiel, and maybe he could repair it, but unfortunately the engine was shot and there was too much burn damage on the car. So then we decided to take it home, almost to our hometown, to our local Saab garage, and we had the engine replaced. So now it finally works great. And after the engine was replaced, we also have it hirshed. So it's a Hirsch tuning now, and it's a little quicker. And it's a great car, actually. It also has some funny stuff, extras, you know. This is the Vector edition. It has the 18-inch rims. And the guy who I bought this from, he was the single owner of this car. And one of the reasons I bought this car is both we have the navigation, of course, but they also have the rear seat entertainment, and we have the Cocoa interior. And Cocoa interior with ventilated seats is really rare on the Vector edition. It was only 52 cars that were built with the Cocoa and ventilated seats. So it's quite unique in that way. And it was a car worth saving, otherwise it may end up in a scrap pile in Belgium. And that doesn't find my... that would have been terrible actually. So I'm very happy to save it. Also, it has AFL lighting, so it has nice headlights, and it's when they curve, the lighting curves when you turn the wheel, and it has advanced parking. Those are some of the best extra features on the car, and I think it's great. It makes it a great car. So let's go ahead and check it out. And when you buy these cars, you always look if the light bar is functioning. And this car was already repaired with Henrik Blom's kit. The mechanic in Antwerpen had repaired it. Just right now, you can see there is some, I don't know if you can see it, there's some moisture here. But this was just from the last day when we washed the car, and it will go away soon. And if we don't drive it in the winter, I'm sure it will function. I'm sure of it. And it's so sad to see so many of these cars now getting scrapped just for the light bar and the rear lights, because they're worth so much money. So they scrapped the entire car. It's so sad, really, so sad. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. So let's go ahead and check out the interior of the car. As you can see, the steering wheel, or if you can't see it, it is pretty worn out, and this needs to be replaced because it doesn't look very good. Also, you have some chips wear and tear here on the buttons. Doesn't look very good. Also here on the engine start stop. So let's start it up. One funny thing is that it has a green screen. Why the heck does it have the green screen? Saab have delivery problems or something, because it is a Vector, and usually it's only the Linear who has the green screen. So why the heck they have the green screen, I don't know, and it's quite annoying actually, because you were hoping for the color screen, but that's a thing that's annoying. Maybe it can be, of course, it can be replaced, but as with everything, it's another cost of the car, so to speak. You can also see, of course, the car has the heads-up display, which is kind of nice. Unfortunately, you also see there, I don't know if you can see it, there's a big crack in the windshield we got 3-4 weeks ago, sadly on our trip, so quite terrible. So it has a lot of, it also has a little chip mark damage here to this damask. I'm not sure what you say in English, but that's also quite bad. And then you have the maps, it has navigation, and it works great. Also the traffic information is great. When you do travel the Autobahn, you can go ahead and you get all the time messages. There is Stau on Autobahn or something like that. So you can always check it, the update. And yeah, it's kind of cool. As you can see here, you have the Mannes Bil Service Europe 2021. Sadly, it doesn't have Iceland on it, so that means why we have to buy another car when we go to Iceland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good to have a Saab Wi-Fi. But our plan all along was that we were supposed to find TiD4 Aero next time we go to Iceland, and then we would also do the Faroe Islands. But we have to work until we are 62 first, I think, something like that, because it's kind of expensive, right? Also, we have the DVD. Fortunately, it only works with American region. Why the heck would they do that? I'm not sure if the first owner marked region 1 or something like that, but it only works with American DVDs, and it's kind of sad, but we have a few, so we have to look at them. But I heard you were supposed to replace the DVD player, then it works, but you cannot replace everything. We can push it out and see if it works. Just for demonstration here. This is actually the wrong DVD. I was hoping, oops, upside down, the sum of all fears. I was hoping for Avatar, because Avatar was used when they showed the system at the Saab Museum, and that would have been cool to show. I mean, the same movie, but unfortunately, I don't have the American version. So maybe we should turn the car off so you can hear the sound. I forgot about that one. And that's the sorry, that's the black Norwegian black view speaking. So let's hear the sound a little bit. I'll shut up for a moment. And the sound is really great because it's Harman Kardon, and it's really cool. Get a really movie sensation feeling. This is what, like, while it's playing, we should move into the rear, I think. And as you can see, it has a bit dirt here, and I try to clean this up, and it's from this gummy dinghy here, and I can't remove it, and I'm so sad if I scratch off the paint. If you have any tip for cleaning this up, I would love it. I would really love it. So please help me out. Also, it has the original, of course, remote and phones and everything. You can also choose if you want to see the movie or if you want to use the hard drive music. So it's kind of cool, I think. We have all them together. This is a really great movie, by the way. So this is kind of cool. Unfortunately, you never sit in the back, but it's a really cool function. Here you can switch also which source you like to your headphones, and the fan. It's all General Motors, of course, but still, you know, it's nice. It's nice. Also, I forgot to show you maybe the ventilated seats. I mean, the driver's side, of course, is a little worn out, but it's to expect of a high mileage car. The actual mileage of the car is 230,000 kilometers. So the sound is really great in the car. I mean, a fellow colleague of mine who never drove a Saab test drove this yesterday, and he said, "Oh my God, this was made in 2010. This is such an amazing car," and I couldn't agree more. You know, the comfort you get of this car while traveling long distance is amazing. Also, you have to be very careful. I mean, keeping everything clean when you have this interior. But I personally like this much more better than the black interior. Yeah. I'll show you the front seat. Oops, sorry. Here you have also the Oktoberfest hat with all the Saab markings on it. Kind of cool, right? Also, one major advantage of buying this car, unlike buying a car from Sweden, is of course the fact that it doesn't have any rust. It's completely almost 99% rust free, which is kind of bad because when our mechanic said you cannot use this during the winter, and that was our plan, of course, usually, but it seems like we have to drive the 9.3 instead. And yeah, too bad, too bad. There was also one extra bonus thing. This gentleman, he didn't saw too very well, and maybe he crashed into a pole here. So we have a big thing here we need to repair, probably hit a pole. But it's not rust in that sense. I mean, it's rust because it's been damaged. But if you look underneath the car, you will see that it's so nice, actually. And the original rims, of course, and everything as it was when it was delivered. And yeah, that's kind of cool, I think. And we love it. We have it for a couple of trips right now, and it's really a great car. And you feel very safe when you drive in it. So that was just a little short presentation of the Saab 9.5. And I almost forgot, wifey. What were Saab thinking about? Let me show you one more thing. Going to the back seat, wifey. First, you cannot wear your Trachtenmütze on while sitting in the rear because it's too low. And also, there is no room for your mask glass. Where are you going to keep the beer? I mean, this is kind of frustrating, Saab. What were they thinking? So, if you're going to the Oktoberfest, this is not the car for you. Then you will probably want an American car where you can fit, you know, the coffee mug like this. Yeah, with a Paulander Pilsner. So I say pros to you, and I know that we get to see you in 1 or 2 weeks, and I will show you a much nicer Saab. We are going to film it tomorrow, and it's an Aero, and it has some really special features on it, and it's owned by a Saab mechanic. So a lot of Saab 9.5 new generation porn right now. So until the next time, Prost, and see you later. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Bye. Cheers. And if we check under the passenger front seat, you can see we have the fire extinguisher here. It's pretty cool mounted, and it doesn't hinder it in any way from being used back and forth. No problem whatsoever. And there you got it. So it's a small fire extinguisher, house guard, but I mean, having such a small fire extinguisher can save your car. So get a fire extinguisher and save your Saab.